Yes, it's everybody's favorite time of the day once again. Welcome to Satoshi's Bitcoin Chart Show. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. Today's date is Friday, the 11th of April, 2025. The year BSV comes alive. And right, let's get into it.
See Satoshi like a cowboy in the West, riding on the blockchain that they call the very best. 1 million strong, them transactions flying free. Just wait for the Tether node, you'll surely see.
Alrighty, here we go. So we've got Gregcoin at 80,943, just hanging on above the $80,000 mark. And the reason we call it Gregcoin is because this is your mysterious creator of Gregcoin. And the, to coin a phrase, Gregcoin came into being on the 29th of July 2015 when Mike Hearn described what Greg's Maxwell wanted to turn BTC into, which is what it is now, which is digital dog shit, store of value. Not many use it, can't use it, absolute piece of shite. So that's where the name comes from. We've got Bcash 297, Fisher Price Cash, who cares? But Bitcoin, the original protocol, goes right back to the Genesis block. It hasn't changed, making it the real Bitcoin, the true Bitcoin, the genuine Bitcoin, and the world's first and only ever digital commodity backed by the value of data sovereignty, making it the most valuable commodity on earth because it's an extension of our own personal freedoms and liberties. And you can see that when Gregcoin was first created, they had to implement replay protection to stop transactions flowing back onto the main chain. Same with Bcash. But the original protocol and genuine Bitcoin, with the only chain of signatures going right back to the Genesis block, still lives on. It's just got a new ticker symbol, and that's BSV. So $28. $28. And as you can see right down here, block size and transactions are sanity, network nodes and hash rate are vanity. So let's look at hash rate before we do that. We'll have a look at difficulty adjustment. Oof. Whoa, 1, 2, 3, almost 4 squares up. That is a huge increase in difficulty adjustment. And that's an increase in difficulty, meaning it's harder to mine and therefore more expensive to mine, even though we've had a quite a considerable price drop from $107,000 of Gregcoin down to sort of like 80, which is where we are now. Let's have a look at the difficulty adjustment on Bitcoin. This is far more fluid, far more fluid. This is what you really want. You want the difficulty adjustment to change automatically the moment competition and the amount of hash rate changes on the network. So yeah, far more fluid. Hash rate on Bitcoin, steady as a rock, dipping just a little bit there. Bcash, again, just ups and downs, nothing too much to report on here. So network node. So for anybody who hasn't seen a node before, these are they. This is the backbone to the new global financial system, the world's first ever commoditized digital network for commercial use cases. Absolutely amazing. For the first time ever, there's a digital network where digital data can't be cracked, hacked, altered, changed or deleted, which is an extremely valuable service, which is what's going to make Bitcoin the most valuable commodity on earth. Because digital data is too precious to lose, because all records are stored digitally now in digital form. Just amazing. Amazing. Always look for nice images of here that we could potentially use later on for Bitcoin. Loving that. Loving that. Great stuff. Right, transactions. So we've got 87.5% of the transactions across the Bitcoin forks. Ooh, it's bang on 50%. 50% of the entire market, but that means 50% represent the other 40,000 shitcoins on the market. Ethereum just representing 24.2, XRP in terms of transactions just 12.7, Gregcoin 7.1, Litecoin 3.6. But look at this, genuine Bitcoin 50%, 50% of the entire market, and yet it's like $28 today. Absolutely crazy. We'll just cross-reference that, 2.6 million. With what's on chain, yep, 2.6 million transactions. Here we go, and it looks like so. Weather on chain, 1.3 million. Certi hash 1.2 million. Op return 17. Time of transactions 8,400, and Mighty Cents 4,276. Very good. Block size then 92.52. Let's have a look at the blocks coming through. We've got 288, that's megabytes. Bearing in mind, Gregcoin haven't even got all of their blocks over 1 megabyte. And yet we've got one block here at 288. 92, 43, 12, 14, 134, 133. These are megabytes, absolutely smashing it. So there'll be more data in this one block of 56 megabytes than there will in the entire column of Gradecoin. Entire column of 30 blocks. It's crazy. B Crash still can't get all their blocks over over a megabyte, or even not all of them over a kilobyte. Same with Fisher Price Cash. Ooh, that's looking rather poor, that is. Here we go. Let's have a look at the rest of the charts then. There we are. Hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. If something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. If something is useful, it's valuable. If something is useless, it's worthless. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure it out. It's that simple. Proof of work by network since 1st of August 2017. So again, all misguided, following the price rather than the actual transactions and utility on the network. That's why the WEF and all these cabal shysters get away with saying, oh, Bitcoin's really inefficient, environmental sustainable goals. Well, that's because they've misdirected it due to the fraud of the tether pumping. But when utility comes on the network, the proof of work will go where it belongs, which is on the genuine Bitcoin in red. It's currently 39,000 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin than Gradecoin, 33.4% more profitable to mine on Gradecoin. Or so you're mining 33.4% comparable loss over Gradecoin. It's 14% more profitable to mine on Fisher Price Cash, but 1.3% more profitable to mine on Gradecoin over Bcrash, meaning 15.3% overall more profitable to mine on Fisher Price Cash than Bcrash. Daily average Bitcoin, a block size by network. Look at that block size on a log curve, absolutely smashing it. Transactions by network, smashing it on the log curve. Transactions per block by network, smashing it on the log curve. Fees USD, so per transaction, so sub-cent fees, you're looking at maybe a quarter of a cent there, I think. Crazy. Daily average Bitcoin fees by network Satoshis, right down there on the log curve. Amazing. Daily Bitcoin fee to block reward ratio. So again, as the utility picks up, the red line will eventually mirror the blue line here. And as the block reward continues to get cut in half every 210,000 blocks, what we need is the block fee to surpass the block reward. And then we have an economically self-sustaining system, which is what we're gunning for. Beautiful. Daily accumulated Bitcoin block trading growth by network, as Satoshi said, it's strictly necessary that the longest chain is always considered the valid one. And we've got the longest chain right here would take Gradecoin 1,000 years to catch up with it. Global hash rate 7 days, global hash rate 24 hours. Gradecoin hash rate, other miners with 3.4% on there. Bcrash, other miners 51.39. Fisher Price Cash, other miners 38.8 on there. And Bitcoin, we'll have to cross-reference this with what's on chain. Kuv 30.4, QD Link 30.2, TAL 21.58, SA100 12.2, a Gorilla Pool 5.04. Excellent. Crypto Quant, look, the exchanges reserves, they're still cashing out. Don't want to be holding that shit when the music stops. Let's have a look at Tether weather. Oof, dear, oh dear. See, look at this pumping in and out, in and out. Somebody sent me something earlier. We'll just see if I can find it with regard to Tether potentially depegging. I'll just see if I can bring it up. It was a Twitter post. Should be around here somewhere. I know I've seen it. There we go. Let's have a look at this. So according to Tether Watch, they're saying Bitfinex's peg continues to weaken and dropped to the lowest level since December 16th depeg, which coincided with a 107k Gradecoin drop. Currently, it's coinciding with a 47 to 83 price jump. In short, shouldn't be long before a breakdown in Gradecoin happens. Trading view. So I'm assuming they're saying this is the sort of the peg ratio, Gradecoin to to USDT. Tether. Yeah, interesting. We'll definitely have to keep an eye on that one, because it's never even been audited, and they won't even let it be audited. But that is why money is so exciting. Let's have a look at this. Oh, there we go. So nothing to report on just yet. There we go. But a $22.7 million market cap. So that means people trading in their dirty, filthy fiat that can be wiped from your bank account. At least they're converting it into a dollar-pegged, a stable coin on the Bitcoin network, which is where you really want, where the data can't be cracked, hacked, altered, changed, or deleted, so your money is safe. Or actually, more precisely, your currency is safe. It's Bitcoin that's money. It's US dollar that's currency. But great there for money. Let's have a look at short ratios. Oh, it's gone up just a little bit. Just a little bit. 0.4% short ratio. Again, measures the sentiment of the market. Very, very misguided. Coin Codex, let's have a look at this. So they're saying OKX got $1.27 million of 24-hour trade volume. Gate.io 1.6. Binance Futures 3.2. MEXC. Anything else to write home about? Over $1 million is what we want. Huobi 7.7 million. Poloniex 7.5. Buybox 2.7 million. Hotcoin 1.8 million. CoinEx 1.6 million. Don't think there's anything else over $1 million besides those. No. All right, let's have a look at Zedixian. So again, I mean, just under $10 worth of 24-hour trade volume of BSV. That just doesn't really look right. But Huobi, $7.7 million. Well done then. Taking the lead probably. Gate.io 1.57 million. Yeah, that looks about right. Oh, nice little uptick in the price there. Bitcoin versus Gradecoin, so just losing out at the moment. But again, the more oh, look at that upsy downsies there, chart patterns looking very fluid. Dirty traders be trading. And remember, the further the price goes, the more attractive it becomes. That's right, better value for money. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus USD. Oh, there we go, just on the rise a little bit. So that means that Gradecoin will also be on the rise. Cross-reference that with Orange Gateway. Oh, it's actually plodding along, much of a muchness compared to Gradecoin. Oh, yeah, just heading down there at the moment. So let's look at this versus USD. So yeah, so uptick against the USD, downtick against Gradecoin at the moment. But again, it's all temporary. Satoshi Observer. So 32 transactions per second, 30 thousandths of a cent. Look at that. B Crash, 1 transaction every 5 seconds. BTC, that's meant to be a peer-to-peer electronic cash system since 2009. They want you to believe. Just 4 transactions a second, each transaction costing on average $1.70. No good for a cup of coffee at all. Ridiculous. Overall market cap then, $2.5 trillion. 24-hour trade volume, $103 billion. Gradecoin, 81,925. 24-hour trade volume, $42 billion, representing 2.5%. It's not much at all. Not much at all. Let's have a look at the rest of the market. ETH. Oh, well, ETH recovered a little bit. $1,500. XRP still below the USD market cap at $2 there. Yeah, all these absolute shit coins. Absolute shit coins. Outrageous. Where is Bitcoin with regard to Jasmine? Oh, Jasmine's at 77. And Bitcoin at 27.94. 27.94. 4.76% 24-hour trade volume though. Let's have a look at this. Oh, Huobi takes the lead. Huobi takes the lead over CoinDCX. Then it looks like, don't know what that, Hotcoin I think. Then Gate.io in 4th and CoinEX in 5th and OKX in 6th. By the looks of it. All right, great stuff. Okay, oh, there we go. We'll leave it there. So I hope you enjoyed it. As ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next one.
The king still has one more move.